Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to McLean Boulevard. What you see here are 800,000 people lined up to do the transfer of books, or a series of books, to the new Advanced Learning Library. And it's an amazing turnout. It's just an amazing turnout. You can see the people are stretched all the way from the new library, the Advanced Learning Library, all the way to what I call Library 2.0, which is 220 South Main Street. So here comes a book that's being moved along. Here we go. This is, of course, reminiscent of how the books were moved from the old Carnegie Library to the Library 2.0, 220 South Main Street, back in 1968. Of course, that was just moved across the street. So you can see how the books are being handed from person to person. And the turnout is quite fantastic. It's just wonderful to see this many people out and about. Completely volunteering their time. Of course, the real prize is wanting to go into the new Advanced Learning Library, which will be when the Book Brigade actually ceases. And it's just quite an amazing story. So there are all the people. This is on McLean Boulevard. It stretches all the way south to Douglas. And then from there, it goes back to the east to Main Street, and then down south to the what we now call the old library, what I call Library 2.0. You know, it was Andrew Carnegie who said, a library is the greatest gift a community can give to itself. And this is evidence of that, because the new Advanced Learning Library is not just books and shelves. It's all about how people learn differently, an acknowledgement of how people learn differently. So inside the new Advanced Learning Library, you will see all sorts of different ways how people can learn, whether it's through video or through, and it looks like the first book has arrived over at the new Advanced Learning Library. So it is an acknowledgement of how people learn differently today, and the approach is different. It's not just books and shelves. There's video, there's 3D modeling, there's all sorts of ways that people can learn. Yet there are books, obviously, in the library, that hundreds and thousands of books that were moved over and taken from the current or old library to the new Advanced Learning Library. The entire collection was moved. It took about a month to move it. The library took about 2 years to build. The land was bought actually in 2007, but the economy in 2008, as you know, was not good, and so the city leaders decided they would not embark on the new library. And it wasn't until about 3 years ago that there was a concerted effort to build the new library, and it passed. The council passed it, and then the Wichita Public Library Foundation, of which I'm a proud member, raised another $8 million to basically outfit the new building with soft goods, the furniture, and then, of course, the folks at Cox gifted the library with Wi-Fi that will essentially melt your iPad. There'll be tons of Wi-Fi, tons of workstations. One of the unique aspects of the new Advanced Learning Library is the fact that there's a center corridor that actually will be open before library hours. Reverie Coffee Shop is in there. Reverie Coffee House has a coffee shop inside that will be open for library hours. And hey Sherry, good to see you this morning. And so the coffee shop will be out and available for the public before the library doors actually open. So, and there are meeting rooms that are available to people who want to have meetings but not be inside with the collection, which is one of the problems of the old library. There was basically one meeting room up on the 3rd floor, if you'll remember, and will he remember this day in history? Will they remember this day in history? They're part of Wichita history now, moving the books. They may look back fondly on it, on where they were in June of this year. Again, just to give you a little bit of the history of libraries in Wichita, in 1873, the Wichita Library Association was formed with a membership fee of $3. And then in 1877, the library was located in the Eagle Hall in the Griffenstein building, and later the Baldwin Photographic Gallery. In 1885, the Wichita Library Association stopped operations and gives their books to the city of Wichita, which leases a room at the Beacon. It was called the Librarian, and earns its income from subscriptions to the library for $1 a year. In 1803, the library moves to the first floor of what was then City Hall, which is now the Wichita Central County Historical Museum. So we've had this love affair with libraries here for a long time. And then in 1896, the $1 subscription was removed and the library became free. In 1912, Andrew Carnegie Corporation donates $75,000 for the construction of the new city library. The city provided $7,000 the first year for maintenance. And then, of course, the building many of us are familiar with, if you've been in Wichita for a while, was called the Central Library. It's constructed across the street from the city library, the Carnegie Library. It's an example of what they call brutalist architecture, and the library receives a National Design Award from the American Institute of Architects. Then we zoom up to 2007, 2008, as I mentioned. The Wichita Public Library Board and directors and the City Council select a site for a new downtown library that will better serve the city of Wichita. Of course, that was delayed because of the economy, but then in 2016, on July 6th, construction officially begins on the Advanced Learning Library located at the southwest corner, where we are right now, of West 2nd Street and McLean Boulevard, across from Exploration Place. Today is the opening to the public, so beginning probably about 9:45 or so, we'll have a brief ribbon cutting, and then the library will be officially open. It's quite an amazing facility, state-of-the-art. Technology inside is something to behold. You'll be able to check a book out using a kiosk, like you're doing your own grocery checkout, if you will. You can scan your book, you can pay your fines at these individual kiosks. You know, today's librarian is going to be totally different than the librarians of the past. They'll be more mobile. The librarians will be up, moving around. They'll be coming to you as you have questions, rather than just stationed behind a desk. And then what they really will be doing in the coming years is they will be culling through the information. We're on a data overload, as we all know. We have so much data. Someone needs to tell us what's the truth, what's fact, what's relevant, and what isn't really what we're looking for. So the books continue to flow now. We've got a nice stream of them. What brings you ladies out this morning?
Celebrating from 50 years ago or whatever it was.
Were you part of the old Brigade?
Well, I wasn't, but I know that I was around at that time. But I didn't do it, but I know someone who did, or a couple people.
You don't know what's happening?
He knows exactly what's happening.
You know what's happening, right? We're going to go into the new library here in a little bit, and you're helping move the books across
Part of history today.
symbolically.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Been supporting the new library. So
yeah, it's amazing. So
I came to the whatever the groundbreaking.
yes,
Thank you.
I was there also. It was very hot. It had rained the day before.
Almost equally hot, but more
No,
exciting.
close. A little breeze helps.
Yeah. But they gave us little fans.
They did. They did. Well, thanks for coming out this morning.
It's nice that they did this.
Yeah, it really is. So the books come over. I don't really know how many we're going to have, but they continue to flow. I think they thought we might get a couple hundred people out. That was kind of the ask. They needed 500. I think I've heard reports, unconfirmed reports, of over 1,000 people here. So it's quite amazing. I'm going to stop this couple coming toward us. It's someone who we all know and admire. It's Cindy Claycomb, member of the Wichita City Council, and ask them about today's activities. So there's another book. So good morning. We're on Facebook Live right now.
Okay.
So let's swing around this way so we can get a good picture of you. Charlie and Cindy Claycomb. So as a member of the Wichita City Council and a Wichita citizen, what are your thoughts about today and this particular ceremony?
This is fantastic, and there's people all the way from our current library to our new library, and they're out here having fun. And I'm really thankful that they all came out. This is just fantastic for our community.
It's great. Well, thanks for sharing with us.
Sure.
It's a proud moment for Wichita, certainly.
It is.
Can't believe people just from out of the ether, they showed up, you know?
I know. We've walked the whole line, and there's people from all over, you know? I mean, I have friends from the east side and the west side, and downtown and south and north, and they're all out here.
So, I mean, it's symbolically collaborative.
Yes,
Which
it
is what
is.
libraries are really about.
Yeah.
And this library in particular, this advanced learning library, is what the university president calls a collision space.
That's right.
A space for great ideas to come together.
And that's what people are doing today, I think. They're all out here, you know, again, from all walks of life out here, having a great time, and everybody's happy.
That's true. It's very good.
All right.
Thanks a lot. See you, Charlie.
Okay, so now he said, did you see the big drone? Or you?
No. Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask you if that was the size of Jamie's, but he said it was Troy Outman.
Oh, the park department?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a number of drones up in the area. People recording the line, the activity. I just loved what Councilwoman Claycomb had to say about people coming from all over to share in this moment, of history. Carl Sagan noted that at the end of the day, communities are judged by how they treat their libraries. And if you don't believe that people believe in libraries, you should be seeing this. And of course, one person who has a really big vested interest is our mayor. And I'm going to stop and chat with him just a little bit. So, Mayor Longwell, maybe we have a moment of your time, please.
Absolutely.
Welcome this morning.
Oh,
What is your reaction to what you've seen so far?
So what a great group of volunteers that are just making this opening extra special. It truly is a generational moment for Wichita, and so I think it's outstanding.
So as you look back on the process, how we got to today,
Right.
there was, not everyone was in favor of this, and I know
Correct.
you had some courageous moments where you said,
Sure.
no, we're going to take this forward.
Right,
But
so-
now that it's here, explain what you think the benefits are for this advanced learning library for this community.
So it's something that the community is really going to appreciate when they fully understand it. It's something that isn't the Carnegie Library of yesterday. It's an opportunity to create something and that's why we call it the Advanced Learning Library. There's so much technology, there's so much different opportunities for the community to enjoy this Advanced Learning Library. It's going to be hard to explain until you see it happening, and I just think it's a wonderful opportunity in Wichita's time.
And today's turnout was simply
Inspiring.
a call to arms.
Inspiring.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah,
inspiring.
very good. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mark.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So that was the mayor of Wichita, Mayor Jeff Longwell. He'll be doing the official ribbon cutting, and it's going to be really fun to see the public's reaction. I've been fortunate to be able to go inside and just see everything that the new Advanced Learning Library has to offer and how much thought went into it. Every little nook and cranny has been thought of. One of the problems with the old library was that 50 to 60% of it was not accessible to the public, which is reflective of that brutalist design. Those walls were poured concrete. It was more like a bomb shelter than a flexible learning environment. And so you couldn't really move anything around and adapt to how people are learning differently. There was only 30 workstations for computers, and so it was very limited in what you could actually do. And of course, the heating and air conditioning, it was just so out of date. And the fact that 50% of the space was taken up with back offices and hallways. Obviously, in the new Advanced Learning Library, there is administrative space, but most of the square footage is dedicated to the public, dedicated to learning, dedicated to being a place where people can come and collaborate. There's actually room if you're looking at my screen right now, to the right, to expand the library toward McLean Boulevard in the future. So this is really a bright day for Wichita. I'm so proud of the turnout of people who came here, and we're seeing the books continue to come down from the 220 South Main location to this spot, just catty corner from Exploration Place, if you will. So here comes a little giraffe, a symbol. There's a large giraffe inside that's so we're told this is the last item here in the book of Brigade. Here's a CD. So there's a few other, there's still some books coming down. So I hope it hasn't been too windy this morning for people who have been listening to me. I've been kind of standing out here just kind of talking, but this is a Facebook Live experience. Of course, what's that?
We are going to be ending the brigade on the east side of the building.
So the brigade continues. It's really remarkable. People are wearing shirts representing their schools, representing their causes, representing, oh, there's a GoPro on a book. How great is that? So this didn't happen back in '68, I don't think. There were no GoPros, there were no iPhones, there was no cell phone activity. People did learn by reading books, and the library was a place for learning. So we've had to change our thinking about how people can learn today by adapting to the new technologies. And as the mayor mentioned, this building is really equipped to be more adaptable. So the books continue along here. It's just a remarkable sight. It's warm but quite pleasant. Everyone is so positive about what's happening and what they're seeing. So the library will be open probably within the hour. So if you have time today, it's going to be a great day to come down and become familiar with all the things that are happening with the new library. You know, the programs will just, for children, the programs for teens will all expand with this new advanced learning library. Interestingly enough, if you look at the history of new library facilities or renovated library facilities, they typically, within the first year, double or triple in their attendance. And even the Central Library, as it sits today, was getting 250,000 people a year to come to it. And so we fully expect that to double or triple in the first year of operation. Really exciting. A number of drones are flying overhead, recording this historic moment for Wichita. So just so proud to be part of it. And thanks, Joe, for watching. Appreciate it. I'm trying to look at some of the comments. I'll wave to you, Joe. So it looks like people are walking this direction. So things are wrapping up here. The beauty is everywhere you look, there's a smiling face. People, I think, understand this moment and that it's part of Wichita's history, and they're part of it. They're touching it, and it's something that you can take great pride in, great joy in, and then you can fully, the library, the beauty of the library is it belongs to everyone, and the entire community benefits from being part of it. All the facilities. If you don't know how to use a computer, you can book a librarian and they'll show you they will teach you for free how to use various softwares. Because in today's world, to apply for a job, you absolutely positively have to know how to use computer technology. And it's one thing to have a computer, it's one thing to have access to the internet, which still there's a high percentage of Wichita citizens who are not connected. So the library is the only place they can really connect to the internet. But just because you're connected does not mean you know how to use the devices. So the library has a program called Book a Librarian, where you can actually get free tutoring, and they can show you how to apply for a job. They can show you how to use Excel or Word document processing. Books continue to float along here. I think we're getting toward the end as the people from the existing Central Library move toward the Advanced Learning Library for the grand opening. So it's really been a pleasure to be with you today. And let's see if I can my camera. So folks, it's been great. I really have enjoyed talking to you from this beautiful spot along the river, and so proud of Wichita showing up in big numbers today to celebrate the new Advanced Learning Library here at the corner of 2nd and McLean Boulevard. The main entrance is over on the northwest side, so that will be the main access for you. What you're looking at over my shoulder is the south exit, and that's a transit stop, so buses will stop there, and handicap delivery will be there. But the main parking will be on the northwest side of the building, and like I said, it's going to be a great facility for all of us to take advantage of. So it'll be open just a little while. People are walking over from the old library to the new doors. There's a ribbon cutting ceremony planned, and then the new Advanced Learning Library in Wichita will be officially open. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to talk to you this morning, and we look forward to seeing you down here at the new Advanced Learning Library. I'm Mark Chamberlain, reporting live on Facebook from the new Advanced Learning Library. Enjoy your day, everyone.